Chapter 2. The Key into the Spirit World. The truth of who we are is hidden within the mystery of our very own spiritual shadow. Therefore, the only way for us to find out this truth is to explore the reality of our spiritual shadow that stays out of sight but is found within the mind of the spirit world. Furthermore, the shadow of our very own spiritual universe is reflected within the space and time of the sacred consciousness of the spirit world. Yet the key to understanding the mind of the spirit world is embedded within our spiritual consciousness, the true self that becomes the interdimensional bridge into the consciousness of the spirit world. The gateway into the consciousness of the spirit world. Researching the consciousness of the spirit world is my second domain in ghost research, totally differed from my first domain in ghost research, where the latter had just needed me to prepare a video camera before my later analyzing the audio-visual, frame by frame. But where researching the sacred consciousness of the spirit world was concerned, I had no exact idea where to start, for I had not the faintest clue whatsoever about the sacred mystery of the spirit world. However, the gateway into the sacred consciousness of the spirit world opened wide to me on September 21, 2018, providing me with a opportunity to explore the spirit world, when someone sent me a message through WhatsApp asking for my help. That someone, equally my brother in faith, also has been a friend to me ever since. The Astral Gatekeeper. I believe that the friend who sought my help had been given the task as astral gatekeeper in my journey to document the existence of the spirit world, until I completed writing and editing this manuscript. Since then, my communication with the citizens of the spirit world needed to go through him. This was because everything had started with him, through his own paranormal encounters. 15 years of mysterious events. In my communication with this new friend of mine, he told me that he had been going through mysterious events for the past 15 years. He mentioned that since moving into his current house, he had experienced many misfortunes in financial matters as well as in his career. My new friend also told me that there were a lot of strange things happening in his house until a friend of his contacted a so-called religious person claiming to be able to meditate at a high level, to the point of being able to see what was happening in my friend's house from a distance. This new friend also described how he was asked to send a photo of his house to the religious person concerned. After seeing the photo, the religious person's prognosis was that my new friend's house was a conduit to both the world of the dead and of the living, and thus was a meeting place for spirit beings. My new friend was then given a blessed candle by the same religious person, to be lit up in the middle of his house between 11:30 a.m. and 12:00 noon, after he had held the candle under the sun for 3 minutes as a mark of respect to the spirit, so that he would be in peace. But unfortunately for my new friend, the blessed candle did not work. My new friend had described that while taking a nap, he was awakened by someone pressing his thigh. His reading glasses went missing, and his air conditioner, which was switched off, would switch on by itself. Meanwhile, the most prominent episode for him was while he was watching television around midnight. He saw a knife on top of a table flying up and landing on the floor. Yet when my new friend just picked up the knife and put it on the table before going to the toilet, he was surprised to find the same knife on the sofa when he returned. Moreover, he also mentioned an incident while watching television at 11:00 p.m., when a black cat with golden eyes appeared out of nowhere. As a result, he then quickly closed the main door so that he could catch the cat, but the cat disappeared into thin air, just like that. I also asked my new friend if he had sought the help of a priest, to which he confirmed that he had, but the strange events still returned. After just a couple of months. The portal of the astral house. Later at night, when I traveled to the astral to see what my new friend's problem was, I was accompanied by a divine spirit known as Uriel. This spirit being then brought me to a place in the astral connected to the house of my friend. In the middle of the house, I saw a portal wide open. Yet I saw no one, apart from visible black aura coming out from the portal opening, causing the inside of my friend's house to be stained with black energy. I then decided to enter the portal to find the root of my new friend's problem. Uriel then instructed me to hold my astral staff upright, where a brilliant light appeared before me in 3 colors: red, white, and green. These lights then surrounded my whole body, and later, I found myself descending into the dark portal and taking at least 15 seconds to reach its bottom. The filthy astral cave. When I reached the bottom of the dark portal, I found it to be a filthy cave. The ground of the cave was covered with black liquid, while the walls and ceiling of the cave were covered in visible black energy, combined with some colorful light energy. Uriel then instructed me to swing my astral staff to the left and to the right, causing white energy to surround me, and my vision to be covered in brilliant white light. But when the bright light disappeared, I saw the cave cleansed, and it became very beautiful indeed. Ahead of me, I saw an opening that looked like the edge of a jungle, where there was a beautiful stream with flowing crystal clear water. The 6 swings with lady spirits. I then went out to the opening that had looked like the edge of a jungle, and when I looked up, I saw 6 swings with lady spirits tied to them, and one stood before the others. When I asked Uriel what I could do, Uriel told me to release those spirits. Once again, Uriel instructed me to put my astral staff upright on the ground, where a bright white light appeared, encircling all 6 spirits, which at once freed them all. White ball-like lights. At that very moment, I saw white ball-like light scattered all over the stream. I asked Uriel what that was all about. Uriel answered that those balls of white light were the power of prayers recited from a customized prayer book, rather than prayers that came from within one's heart. Uriel then told me, whenever you pray, you must pray from your heart and not recite the prayer from a book. Later, I asked Uriel what would happen to those 6 spirits, and Uriel told me that those spirits now were free to go anywhere they liked. At once, I knew then that the problem that had been bugging my friend's house was finally over. A mischievous spirit in our home. After I had performed the cleansing and the release of the 6 trapped lady spirits in the astral cave, I was still unable to contact my new friend to update him about it, because of my daily work routine. Thus, I just messaged my friend to update me about the status of his problem, if it had been solved yet, or not. Within 3 days after the cleansing that I had performed earlier for my new friend's home, there also was mischief happening in my own home. The air conditioner in my kids' room switched on by itself while no one was at home, the water heater in the bathroom turned on by itself when there was no one around, the switched on by itself, and I felt like someone was watching me. Moreover, I even saw someone passing by or checking on me, while I was going into the bathroom. Electronic voice phenomena calling out my name. At the same time, 3 days later after the cleansing of my new friend's home, my new friend sent me an audio recording of his house camera, recorded through his mobile phone, containing an electronic voice phenomenon that had called out my name, which had aroused my curiosity. On the same day, my new friend called me and confirmed that ever since I had carried out the cleansing of his home, no further weird happenings had taken place, except for the audio recording that had made him uneasy, which was why he had decided to share it with me.